Hi and good morning to Miss Ida and my fellow friends, and I'm Izzati, and today I will present my pitch about avoid your fear or cope it. Alright, before I start my pitch, I would like to recommend you guys to join my club named as Relaxation Club. It's required no membership fee, and we can have a chit chat about feelings and thoughts that you have to keep it into yourself. Who knows, my community service could help you reduce your stress. Okay, I will start my pitch with a slogan, and let's head over to my slogan. So, let the struggle be meaningful. The idea of behind this slogan is about the fear that you're trying to avoid or to overcome it, because it's either you who are trying to get out of the fear or you're trying to go through fear and solve it. And yes, in this life, all of us having different fear involving works, relationship, your life goals, and the life goal, it could be something short or a long life goals, and somehow it burdens us in a different ways that it might slow down our progress. To make a choice and move forward. So the way we handle it is a key to make a further step ahead. Either we chose avoid or cope with it. And yes, your choice is going to be meaningful. The process that you went through, that will be meaningful. So everyone have their own fears. And you out there, do you know what your fear is, or perhaps your weaknesses? I think everyone's have it. Maybe 1, 2 or 3 that listed in your strength, weaknesses bucket list. It could be something specific or general, and it is not wrong at all if you have fears or weaknesses, because everyone is not perfect. You're not perfect and I'm not perfect too. It's fine. Okay, so the fear problem will turn out to be wrong and affect you is when you don't handle your fear wisely. So what I'm trying to say is, what is your method to handle your fear so that it won't affect yourself? So before we go deep into that, I want us to focus on the problem first. So I narrowed down it a bit because this is the major fear problem of human on earth that I have been observed. Fears of moving forward. So people who are afraid of this problem is called metathesophobia, and the word is origin from Greek. Meta means change and phobos means fear. So fear of change. They're afraid of change. They don't want to move forward because they are afraid. And there's a statistic about 80% of people in this world who actually don't want to change. They resist to change. So fearness of moving forward, the major fear problem, it can actually causes the other problem as well. So a major problem can trigger the other problem. For instance, the other problems I mean is stressness, depression, anxiety, that you felt worried about everything, and soon these problems going to affect you in the future, that you could end up even more worse, and if you don't solve and overcome the major problem quickly. So it's up to you. You want to avoid your fear, be the 80% of people that I mentioned. You want to cope, let's hear few factors and approach that actually could help you overcome your fears or weaknesses. A few factors actually that we could take to handle our fear wisely. First one is character. What I mean by character is our personality. How your personality towards your fears. In order for us to overcome our fears, the first important thing is we need to understand our own character. We should identify our own character or characteristic that we have. So it could be useful to help us achieve and overcome the fears and weaknesses. The character that we identified should become an advantage to us to push ourselves to get out from the fear zone. The second one is positive mental. In order for us to handle our fears wisely is to develop a positive mental attitude. It's about a decision that you make, and remember, what you think of is what you're going to do. So if we engage in some activities that has positive environment, confidence environment, and actually we will try to fit in the environment. And seriously, human can remain positive and change for better if we are in a good environment. So be people who look over a good situation to develop positive mental, and surely you'll be moving forward and unlock your fear. The third one is habit. Now I'm talking in terms of approach for fear of work in progress. So what is your habit? Ask yourself, is it a good or bad habit? And a good simple habit actually can help you get even far to break your fears in a short period of time. having a good habit might require us to set our own priorities, that we should do something to overcome our fear. For example, you're scared of Java code because you don't understand Java language. So what your changes that you want to apply? Try to learn Java programming language, right? So apply some minor changes to your habit. Make a table to keep track of your changes, and this habit helps you to organize your thoughts and plan properly. Then you will begin to be on track to work on your fear. Who knows, you might overcome it one day. So find your habit to overcome your fear. I observe that most of the people that close to me, they tend to complain about their lives and keep pointing faults to people and things, especially when it involves something that they can't improve of or compare. They said their fear of changes. They said they claim to be stressed and so on. And moreover, they're about to trigger the other problem to show up. So what I'm trying to say is, don't turn your life into something miserable just because you have the major problem that you can't do it. So do not attract the negativity into your life. You can try to work on with your fear slowly and try to make a progress slowly to get out from there. It's okay if you take time to cope with it. At least a small step that you take today, you fight your fears and weaknesses. It will take you out from that state rather than you stay forever in your nightmare. So live your life majorly and handle your fears and weaknesses wisely. So hashtag let the struggle be meaningful. That's all from me. Thank you everyone.